So the weekly Reddit this week.
Weekly Reddit.
Okay. I am married, living in the suburbs, and pregnant. Just found out, have not told anyone yet. My best friend is a few years younger than me, single, living downtown. We became friends in college when we were at similar points in our lives. For the past 4 years, I was living in another state. So when I moved back to the area she lives in, she was elated. That's a word you don't hear that often. Elated.
It's not the times for that.
No. The issue is because she is younger and single, she wants to spend every weekend together. Every Monday, like clockwork, I get a text asking to hang out on Friday or Saturday. Because she lives 30 minutes away and doesn't drive, even a casual coffee date turns into a half-day affair, with me always having to go pick her up and take her home. It's beginning to cause a slight rift in my marriage as my husband feels like we hardly have any time together. Sometimes I'll turn her down with random excuses like feeling burnt out, just so my husband and I can have a Saturday uninterrupted. She'll then text again a few days later saying, "Are you sure you don't want to hang out this weekend?" I feel immensely guilty having to say no a second or third time. She is so thoughtful and very much the type of person who gives her all to her friendships. She also expects a lot back, and unfortunately, I don't have as much to give as she does. I have a husband. He is my person. I'm pregnant and about to take on a world of responsibilities. And while by no means do I want to cut off our friendship, I can't give her the same level of attention I was able to 4 or 5 years ago. Yesterday, I had about 10 unread texts from her, spanning from Thursday to Sunday. I was hosting my family for the weekend and too busy to respond. She texted last night asking if I was upset with her. I don't want her to feel like if I can't get back to her on her timeline, I'm hurting her feelings. But constantly having anywhere from 5 to 15 texts to respond to is a lot. Multiple of those unread texts from the past weekend were her attempts to make plans to hang out. Anyways, all this is to say, I feel like I need to have a conversation with her where I express my need for breathing room. I am very much a non-confrontational person. I hate having to express my emotions like this. How can I approach this conversation in a way that is considerate of her feelings and acknowledges how great of a friend she is, while also standing my own ground?
For one, just tell her the weekends are off the table. Like, I can see you on a regular basis, but it will not be on the weekend. That's all. Like, why can't y'all hang out on Wednesday? Or, like, as a friend, like, you're not going to see your married friend every week.
No, I think that's way too much to ask for. You're not hanging out with
your married friend every single week.
I think that's a lot to ask for.
Because they have other things to do. I'm like, because then not only, I don't think her friend is real. I'm like, okay, so your friend has you, right? She has her husband. She has her family. She also has her husband's family, which is now her family too.
Right.
Like, she has a lot of stuff.
Unborn baby now.
That you don't even know about yet.
Right. I think it's a lot to ask for, that even if you're not verbally like saying like, this is my expectation, something tells me like, you wouldn't do this if it wasn't your expectation that we would do this.
And now the poor girl feels guilty because she don't want to get rid of you. She just wants you to back the hell up.
I think it's completely fair. Like, if it were me and you, because that's literally me and you. I'm the single one. You're the one married with kids.
But it's different because you're more of an introvert than her. You don't want to see my ass all the time.
We both get lucky because we both don't want to see each other. If I saw you every weekend, Jade,
it wouldn't be as fun.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be as fun.
I was about to say, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't want to hang around you that much.
Because I'd be like, well, what do I gotta say that I didn't already say the last time?
Then it start feeling like we in a damn relationship.
It starts feeling like a chore, and that's where her friend is. She is starting to feel like a chore that she don't want to do. And then
that's the crazy thing, because we did see each other every week to record the episode, and we'd sit out and just chat for like 2 hours before we even start recording.
Well, I will say, as multiple people have said before, I am the most free married woman they have ever met.
But I'm just saying that, like, we were doing that, and we still scaled it back even more because we was like, okay, that's too often. So now what do we do every 2 weeks?
It works. I'm like, she don't even got to hurt her. She don't even got to think it. She like, oh, what do I say? You don't even have to go into bed. Just like, look, I have a lot on my plate. And honestly, I love you, but I cannot see you every week.
And honestly, it's a blessing that she got pregnant, because if she's open to telling the friend about the pregnancy, she could, like, if I was the married person and you were the single person, I would approach it like, hey, got good news, I'm pregnant. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, but because of all this responsibility, I feel like we need to put ourselves on more of a hangout schedule. We can hang out on the weekend, but it's going to be one weekend a month.
Yeah, you like, and plus I'm pregnant, I'm tired. I literally don't have the energy to hang out with you every Saturday. I just don't.
You don't want to lose the friend, which I get that. I'd be like, what if we do every month, we just meet and we do like a brunch or something?
Because she feels that way now because she's single, but when she gets someone, she's not going to want to see that girl every week.
Or who knows? Once you get somebody, maybe y'all will see each other more often because now you also have a husband
that her husband can talk to or something.
Exactly.
But yeah, I can see his dilemma. He like, damn, you married to me, not her.
Yeah. I'd be pissed. I'm like, the fuck you mean going over Jessica's house? This is the 3rd weekend in a row.
What about me?
Like, what the fuck you mean? What about your friends? I don't give a fuck about your friends. Shut up.
But she just need to be like, look, girl, I love you, but I can't see you every week.
I think you literally just do that.
Because I really think the friendship is starting to overwhelm that bitch.
Yeah, don't approach it as if we're losing something. Mm-hmm. Just say like, okay, I think we need to add some structure to our friendship because you have so many life-changing things that is coming your way. And it's not a lie because you do.
I mean, because it could be once a month, the exact same Saturday, like the 3rd Saturday or something every month. So everyone knows what it is. Everyone's ready for it. Everyone can. Then since they're only meeting up once a month, it'll be more fun and they'll have a lot more to say. She won't mind being there all day with her.
Exactly.
Because she only seeing her once a month now.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm happy that she's like, I ain't trying to cut off my friend. I want to have a conversation with her. Because all the other posts that we read, they like, I just stopped talking to her. Like, she was getting on my nerves.
We in different places in life and she needed to go.
Like, damn, she couldn't, there wasn't any chance she couldn't stay?
Your friend of 8 years can't stay? My God.
Like, damn, she might have been willing to compromise on something. But
didn't even give them a chance.
But yeah, I think approach it as like, hey, I noticed we've been, and I'll be honest with her about the husband too. I'll be like, I feel like this is putting a strain on my marriage. I'm not spending enough time with my husband.
You like,
and if your friend don't understand that, she ain't your fucking friend.
You like, don't make me have to break it down to he more important to you. Don't make me say it.
Yeah, don't make me say
it. Don't make me say it. You know it's true, but please don't make me say it.
I would never make you actually say those words to me. Because I don't care how much I actually know it, to hear it. I don't care if it's true or not. That would hurt.
Yeah, that hurt. Like, please don't make me say he need more than me.
I know it's true.
Don't set yourself up.
I know it's true, but I would never make you say those words to me.
And you see your girl trying not to say it, like, I don't want to tell this girl this. I don't want to tell her my husband is more important. Because she said he is my person.
Exactly. And that's how it should be.
I'm like, girl, this awkward. I want to keep you.
But don't make me tell you that he come before you. Like,
how awkward. Especially now she pregnant. He really come before your ass now.
I just thought about if I was to ever put you in that position. He said that shit to me.
And I will feel bad. I'm like, oh no. This awkward conversation has
Well,
to happen.
because if you're at a point where you actually have to say that, that means I have really convinced myself that I am more important than him.
And you know,
And when you say it, you'll just see the realization in my eyes, like, oh,
like Raven getting a vision. And I'll be like, oh, I'll be like, you know, well, this is awkward.
Yeah, and and look at me, I made it that way.
And I'm like, why you make me do that?
Just like a domestic violence. I beat your ass and then asked you why you made me do it.
Why you make me do that? You know good why I ain't want to say that to you. Why you make me do that?
I would never, because for one, I know Victor comes way before me.
And even if I don't say it, he'll roll his ass over.
Like
that day he dropped me off of that trip.
You and Victor crack me up, I swear.
Victor's the best, I tell you.
Y'all crack me up. But yeah, I could not imagine putting my friends in the position to tell me some shit like that. And I can't imagine if my friends put me in a position where I had to tell them that.
That girl don't want to do it. She like, I don't want to do it to her. I don't, but it's reaching a point I might have to. That sucks.
Well, do what you got to do. You got to protect your family. So if that means telling her...
I think she'll be if she's that much of a friend, she'll be understanding. If
the other thing is she can't be that damn thoughtful if she ain't thought that she's taking up too much of your time. Because I'll tell your ass before you even say anything. Like, I think there was some point last year when we were doing like our guest season.
Yeah, Victor was getting mad.
We would record on Friday and still go. And we was doing that like 3 weeks in a row.
Victor was getting mad.
We did 2 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. And then the third week, I think I wanted to go to like H Mart or something like that. And I had thought to ask you if you wanted to go. And when I had mentioned it to you, I was like, but then I decided not to, because I was like, that would have been the third weekend in a row. That would have been me and you without Victor. I was like, I wasn't about to do that to you again.
And you know I would have went.
You would have been. That's why I didn't even tell you about it until after I went. I was like, because if I tell Jay, she's gonna be like, yeah, I want to go. What time? And then it would have been nothing I could do about it. Because if you say you want to go, I'm not gonna be like, no, you can't go. Because you're a grown ass woman.
And plus, you invited me. Why would you invite me to say I can't come?
Like you're a grown ass woman. If you want to go, you go. You have to deal with whatever comes to that. After that,
here's the thing that makes me and Victor complicated. He acts like he's so upset, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what does he do when I'm not home? He's rubbing his feet together on the couch, playing that game. Not giving a damn that I'm gone.
The way I saw him sprawled out on the couch while in the gaming chair playing the game, I was like...
Using the couch as an ottoman.
For real.
Acting like he's so pressed I'm gone. That man don't care shit about me being gone. He in that house rubbing his feet together now.
I just think y'all funny. But...
we only can be with each other.
My thing is, not saying I'm the most thoughtful person in the world, but I would think that if the friend is as thoughtful as she say the friend is, that would cross her mind.
See, the thing is, she didn't say the friend was thoughtful. She said she's caring.
She said...
that girl ain't that thoughtful. She ain't thought of your husband. She ain't that thoughtful.
She literally said she is so thoughtful and very much the type of person who gives her all to her friendships.
She ain't thoughtful if she don't think about the fact you got a whole husband.
Yeah.
She ain't that thoughtful. She might be caring. She might be nice, but she's not thoughtful.
And I'm not saying she's not thoughtful, but she's not as thoughtful as you are making her out to be.
She's probably thoughtful with gifts and gestures, but not...
I mean, but there's also an argument she's also selfish because she's only thinking about herself in this situation.
Because she knew you was married.
Friends.
Mm-hmm.
And also, that also brings up the thing, people that are the single ones in their friend group, you need to become comfortable doing shit by yourself.
Because your married friends are busy.
Your married friends are busy.
It ain't personal. I swear it's not.
Like, I mean, between you and Abby, at one point, I was the only single one. Like, y'all busy. Y'all got husbands and kids.
And those people are time consuming.
So, I don't know. Maybe it's just my thought, but I'm like, I can't get mad at my married friends, or whether they're married or not, my people that are committed to other people. I can't get mad at them when they have to fulfill those commitments.
Those legally binding commitments.
Yeah, I'm like, they are not at my beck and call to hang out with me whenever I'm bored. It would be great if we could go back to like high school days where it's just like your friends was just always there. They didn't have kids
didn't have shit else to do but
life didn't slap them in the face a few times yet.
I'm just mad I didn't buy a house in 2008.
I am too.
But boy.
Girl, you weren't even out of high school in 2008.
Baby, that's why I said I'm mad I couldn't.
I was out of high school and I was too busy trying to be on Monroe and street in Chicago where I was living with the 6-year mistake and his mama. Look, I'm telling you.
It's not judgment, just it seems like a lifetime ago. I'm sure it was.
It was something. Parts of it was fun, but parts of it was just like, what the fuck were you thinking, dude?
We weren't. That's what made the early 20s so fun. We weren't thinking about
because there's also no proof. You check my Facebook, you don't see that man nowhere.
Which is kind of messed up because he was there for a while.
Oh, he got mad at me.
It's kind of messed up, actually.
Look, I don't even
know. Oh, you showed me him. You sure did.
Yeah, I've shown you him before. But what I was thinking about was when I had, so you know, people used to really be all about their profile pics and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to have this profile pic.
Let me see.
It wasn't even of me. It was the guy from True Blood.
Okay.
The black guy.
Yeah, what was his name?
Lafayette.
Yeah. God, he was so good.
Oh, that's what it said. It said, I ain't in the business of helping people.
I love Lafayette.
And I had put that as my Facebook profile. But honestly, I only put it as my Facebook profile because I was just like, oh, I like that.
It made you laugh.
It made me laugh. I was like, oh, I'm putting it as my Facebook profile. Now, at the time, me and the 6-year mistake had just broke up, but we were still living with each other.
Please don't tell me he thought that was another man.
He thought I was talking about him. He was so fucking mad.
And you know how I feel if the shoe fits Cinderella. Don't get mad.
And honestly, yes, it could pass that it was about him. But I
thinking about you.
Yeah. It said, hooker, I ain't in the helping business no more.
I mean, honestly, like, from what I know about their relationship, if I would have seen that shit, I would have took that as an attack. I'm like, oh, so this bitch playing games now.
And honestly, we hadn't even broke up yet. We broke up in like September 2012. It says that I made this my profile picture in August 2012. So literally the next month, yeah. But I swear to you, it wasn't a dig at him. And at that time I was heavy into True Blood. So I was like, oh, Lafayette. And it even got the True Blood logo and everything in it. And then it just has a quote that he said on the show. I was like, that's funny. I remember that episode.
But it was very befitting
it
to
was.
That situation.
And honestly, I was done with him. So
I know you didn't think about that,
but I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking this was a funny. At that time, you know, it wasn't called a GIF.
Fucked up about all of that, though?
What?
Everybody who knew y'all thought that probably was a dig at him.
You know what? You're not wrong. Everybody probably, because everybody wondered why I was with him.
They probably was like, ooh, she finally gets sick of him. And you weren't thinking about none of that shit. I wasn't thinking shit
about him.
But that's why you ask questions before you confront. Because sometimes it might not be what the fuck you thought.
Yeah, he tried to confront me about that because he thought it was a dig at him. I'm like, dude, that ain't have shit to do with you.
And I'm like, well, if the shoe fits Cinderella, because it didn't have nothing to do.
Like, I wasn't thinking about you when I posted that.
It was accurate.
It was definitely was, because I was so done with that damn. I was so done with that relationship.
It was befitting, but it wasn't. That's not what it was.
And I'm telling you, because we had to have been broke up. So somewhere between August and October, we broke up because I met Nate October 2012. And at that point, I know me and the 6-year mistake were already broke up.
Yeah.
We were still living together, but we were definitely broken up and sleeping in separate bedrooms. So I'm guessing it was either. So it could have been around the time that we broke up that I posted that. But either way, I stand on it. I was not thinking about that man when I made that my profile picture. He didn't get mad at the other profile pictures that I had up there that also had words in them.
Because they didn't relate to him.
True, they likely didn't. At least he probably didn't think they did.
That one was befitting. And honestly, if I was him, I'd have thought that was a jab too. I'd be like, oh, so she playing now.
Playing in my face while she's sleeping in the next bedroom.
Kiki calling and I'm here in the living room. She got me messed up.
I also had Chucky as my profile pic where he said, when you're crazy as fuck, but someone has touched your heart. Like, he didn't think that was about him. I also had who's the dad from Family Guy? Peter and Homer dressed like Tupac and Biggie. And Homer's giving them the finger. I had that one. He didn't think that was about him.
Why the fuck would that be about him?
'Cause fuck him. Then I had Xena, where she was yelling, and then all it said is, I am a delicate feminine flower.
That don't got nothing to do with him either.
I'm just saying that I had multiple things on my profile that just had somebody else's words on it.
That one was very befitting.
He chose to get offended by that.
He got attacked by, other people was writing him like, did you see her new profile pic? That poor man was embarrassed.
No, you know what that man did to me.
I know.
Fuck him.
I know.
But yeah.
That's hilarious. You didn't even tell me about that shit.
But I swear it wasn't intentional. That's the thing. When I get in trouble for shit that I say and do, it's always the unintentional shit
that hits the best.
And I'm like, I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even trying to do nothing to you. I swear it meant nothing to me.
And the thing is, if he wasn't so damn raggedy, it wouldn't have fit his ass.
It wouldn't have been there in the first place. But
I ain't in the business of helping people. So befitting.
I think that's when the asshole Jocelyn was born. Maybe that day when I posted that. Because honestly, it was meant for somebody, but it wasn't meant for them. I think it was meant for somebody, but it wasn't meant for him.
Text me who it is.
I'll let you know. So I've been watching on TikTok. There's these two kids. By kids, I mean adults, but they're way younger than me. But they have, I guess they just started a reaction channel.
Okay, what they reacting to?
Just different types of music. And right now they're going through all of Eminem's discography.
Okay. Quite a long one, but okay.
Yes.
That's what I said, quite a long
discography, but I think it'll be worth it. He has some bangers out there. But somebody, in my opinion, quite unnecessarily, got into their comments talking about how, why are people so shocked that, people like this generation doesn't know who Eminem is. They shouldn't know who he is because none of them would be exposed to his music. And I'm thinking to myself,
I wouldn't say that.
I was like, that's not necessarily true. I said, because
they have the internet. Why
not even just that. I was like, if that's the case where the generation doesn't know any of the music from back then, I wouldn't know any of the music from when my mother was a kid.
And I know all of them.
And I was like, and you also have to remember, the generation now is being raised by the people that grew up on Eminem.
So
you think they ain't listening
They're
to
playing it in the house.
Yeah. He was like, the only way you're going to hear Eminem is if you go purposefully play him. They're not going to put him on the radio. I'm like, Eminem was all over the radio waves.
Who listens to the radio?
First of all. But I was like, that's not necessarily true. I was like, if their parents grew up on listening to Eminem and even Gen X listened to Eminem, I'm like, there's a very high chance that the Gen Z and was it Gen Alpha?
Yeah.
there's a very good chance that they have listened to Eminem.
Because I'm going to tell you something. Jai knows exactly who Britney Spears is. He knows. He knows Anita Baker. He knows
should.
Whitney Houston.
I will say this. Please don't let the music from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, please don't let that music die. Please let the kids of the coming generations hear that music. Because it made me think, you know how you never hear songs from like the 1920s, 1930s
Because people
and stuff?
dead.
Yeah, but how would you feel if like the 50s and 60s, who they're either dying or dead now, those musicians, their music kind of
I'm
just...
talking about the people that listen to them more than likely are dead.
Yeah, but so will we at one point. But wouldn't you wish that there was still somebody that was like, oh, I remember my mama used to play these songs for me, or my grandmother used to play these songs for me.
Why do you think I'm still listening to Anita Baker?
Yeah. What I'm saying is, I hope it doesn't get to the point where it's like the 1920s music, because that music is dead. Where do you hear it?
You'll find it.
Like, I'm sure it's there somewhere, but no one talks about music from that time anymore.
It's gone.
Yeah. So I'm like, don't let the music, because that music is way too good to just let it die.
You know what? Because I still listen to everything. From the 90s. Jai really likes the 2010 era, because that was the club era of music.
Mm-hmm, it was.
He loves Pitbull.
That was your Lil Jon era, Pitbull.
Girl, and I loved LMFAO. I don't care.
Body rocking in the house tonight. Oh, I used to love that song.
I loved all that damn songs.
I loved every song.
Champagne shout. Ooh.
Oh, I used to love that. I used to love them, and I thought they were so fun.
Yeah, I only liked Red Food though.
I don't know their names, but
Red Food was the lanky one.
I liked their vibe.
Remember that LMFAO Kia Soul they came out with? I wanted it so bad.
Oh, I used to love them.
Oh, what a time.
But so I was listening to them or watching them react to Eminem. And then I went and, because I actually have an Eminem playlist that's just like a mixture of all of his albums, the songs that I like the most off of all of his albums.
When I feel like being emotional. But it is.
Or getting angry.
His anger is from emotion.
It is. He had a story to tell. And it was just interesting.
Mama.
And Stan is still one of the best videos I've ever seen. And it also amazes me how hardly anybody that I know notices the last scene of Stan.
I don't even remember that video, honestly.
Stan made an impression.
I'm gonna watch that. I ain't watched it in so long.
Only reason it made an impression was because of that last scene. And I would ask everybody, like, did you see that? And
what
like,
was in
no.
that video?
So Stan was the one where like the fan was obsessed with him, and he ended up killing himself and the wife and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But in the last verse, Eminem is writing the letter back to Stan. And at the end, he was like, come to think about it, his name was Stan, it was you. And then he goes, damn. And then in the video, when he says damn, he kind of looks up, and that because he's on his tour bus.
Yeah.
And at that time, when he looks up after he says damn, you see a lightning. So it's like a flash of light outside the bus. And you can see Stan outside the window looking at Eminem. And I was just like, I said, Stan's ghost is looking at Eminem right now. And
I haven't watched that video, so I don't remember any of that shit.
I remember that from when, like, what year did that song even come?
A while ago. I don't even fucking know. Was I still in middle school? I think I was still in middle school.
You know, you might have been, because I know I was.
What year was it?
That was 2000. I was in middle school.
So I was elementary.
I didn't graduate 8th grade until 2002.
Yeah, 2000. When did I? No, I started high school in 2005. So yeah, I was still in elementary school.
Yeah.
So I don't remember that video at all. I may have to watch that.
Exactly. I was 13. Or wait, when did it come out? It just said it was released, and it doesn't say the exact date. Oh yeah, I had just turned 13. But yeah. And so my 13-year-old brain was just like, oh, that's freaky. Like, that's weird. And anytime I would bring it up to people, they'd be like, "Nah, I didn't notice that." So then I make them watch the video, and then they'll see. They'll be like, "I never noticed that."
I don't remember that video at all. I'm gonna have to watch it.
That, and ever since then, that anytime I think about a video that kind of just, because I wasn't expecting that. So just to see the ghost looking back at him, I was like, man, did that story come full circle? I was like, that's kind of deep. Because like he did all that. Now you writing him back. He done killed himself. And now he's hunting you.
Same way he was hunting your ass in life.
Yeah. I thought that video was amazing. But
I'm gonna have to watch that.
It also made me wonder. So Eminem was with, what was his name? Dr. Dre.
Yep.
Now, granted, I know it wasn't Death Row Records. But I forget what.
I fucking forget.
Yeah, I forget what Dr. Dre's record label was or whatever. But
I'll know it if I hear it. I just don't know right now.
Aftermath or something like that, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway, do you think that Eminem would have been, considering who Eminem was, and you know Eminem was pretty controversial in pretty much everything he released.
Yeah.
Do you think he could have been as successful as he is if he was on another label?
No, because they would have made him change everything.
I said the same thing.
They would have made him change everything.
They would have made him be more safe, more easily digestible.
Which is ridiculous. Because him not being easily digestible.
Could you imagine not having Stan or
just
cleaning out my closet?
None of his shit is clean.
Do you remember?
None of his shit is
what
clean.
What was his group that he had? D for these chicks don't even know the name of my band.
But that was comedy. That was funny.
My salsa.
Yeah, my salsa. I forgot about that shit. Eminem he seemed like he'd be a good time.
I always thought Eminem would be so much fun to hang out with. I mean, to be honest, he was my first white boy crush. Man, you know what? With my adult lenses on, looking back.
You think he started it? You cracked me up.
He started something with toxic people.
Girl.
Because I was one of them little girls that loved Eminem, knew that everything that he rapped about was not good for women. But yet, I remember my young ass thinking, nah, I think I could change him. I could change him.
You know what? That is a thought that has literally never came into my mind. Like, if I don't like the situation, I go, he for somebody else. He ain't for me. I don't want to change nobody.
I freaking loved Eminem. But yeah, when I heard that, because yeah, they reacted to that song, and I forgot all about that song. And see, that's the time where I was in the music videos and stuff.
Yeah. And
because while they were listening to the song, I was like, oh, they should really be reacting to the video. I was like, because when that man was dressed up as a mariachi band member,
I remember that video because it was so outlandish.
It was, but that's what he was known for.
My mama did not like it.
A lot of parents didn't like it.
Cut that shit out.
A lot of parents didn't like it.
Well, that's because she had an adult lens. Was like, this is offensive as fuck. And she didn't like it.
And yeah, he was, I think that was his whole shtick. He was controversial.
My mama didn't like that.
And I think he said in his songs, he knew that he could get away with a lot of the shit because he was a white boy.
Yeah, he knew it.
Like, okay, and I said something you don't like. This man... I listened to his song Mosh today, which is a whole diss track to President Bush.
Now, I will say no one liked him.
Yes, I agree. But how many of them got a song where they exact words is fuck Bush?
Didn't Kanye do that?
Did he?
Did he?
Did he say those exact words?
Did he?
Or did he say something that kind of alluded to the fact he was saying fuck Bush?
There was so much going on at that time. I got to re-look into it.
He said fuck. He named some senators by name, the president. He was just like, fuck all y'all.
Rightfully so.
I mean, I'm not saying he wrong. I'm not saying he wrong at all. I'm just saying he would put out some stuff that was like, that might get some of us, in the middle of the night.
Well, that's why he was on a record label founded by a close friend. So he could say whatever the fuck he wanted to say.
Dre wasn't a close friend when he got signed.
You know what I'm saying? But they friendship
they
grew.
are now, yeah.
So they just could, he'd be like, you know what? He trusts me. I trust him.
But I also think it's because Dr. Dre honestly said just as much controversial shit in his music. So it's like, yeah, I back that. Like,
I think he just seen the talent. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, Eminem is just talented, period.
Let's see what
No one should be able to ever take that away from him.
He's still kind of crazy.
I mean, Eminem is crazy. But I think that's why I still like Eminem.
I haven't paid that man no mind.
Oh, yeah. Eminem was on my radar.
I'm more of an R&B type gal.
Yeah, at that time, I was definitely more so into rap than I was R&B.
I am more into R&B. I know a lot of my white friends really got into Eminem because his lyrics weren't that far of a stretch from rock music, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was an easy transition for them.
I'm going to be singing that song all day now.
Please don't start.
These chicks don't even know the name of my band.
Don't start.
If y'all ain't heard that song, please listen to that.
Heard it. I forgot all about it till you start singing it.
In fact, don't even listen to the song. Watch the video. That video is funny.
I'm surprised they still airing that thing in today's day and time.
That video is funny.
And racist.
Do you remember the Ciara song, Like a Boy?
Yeah.
I watched somebody react to that. And I was just like, how did I forget about this song? Why you getting mad? What you mad? Can't handle that.
Yeah, that was such a good song. Because she got sick of the shit.
Yeah.
She was sick. And then I got mad that Beyonce stole her shit and made that. I Were a Boy. I was mad about Beyonce. I said, you raggedy bitch. Ciara already made this same exact song.
I didn't really like If I Were a Boy. It was okay, but yeah. At that time, I wasn't into like the slow ballady songs, and that song was just like, nah, this don't go hard enough.
I like Ciara.
But Ciara was like, nah, I'm gonna act. What if I had a thing on the side?
It made you cry. She went in. I said, somebody hurt her.
Man, because I think that's around the time her and Bow Wow
that
broke
foolishness. Up. She had no business being with that man.
I ain't never had nobody show me all the things that you did show me in a special way. I feel when you hold me, we gon' always be together, baby. That's what you told me and I believe it. Cause I
remember the challenge. We try to hold our breath. Do it in one breath. Do it in one breath.
Oh. She was just doing ad-libs. But yeah, I did like that song.
She had good breath control. Cause that verse was long.
She did. Ciara was it. She was everywhere at that time.
Her Evolution album.
Wasn't that the one with, was it Promise?
Yeah.
Man.
Got a crush on you.
I used to love Ciara.
That's back in the day when artists had their own fonts. Remember that?
No.
So I don't think you noticed it, but every single artist, they all had a different font.
Kind of like how they do in K-pop?
Yes.
Okay.
But like the way all their letters and stuff, it would always be the same type of font.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that anymore. And I don't like that. Like Mary J. Blige, I know her font.
Oh, yeah.
Like that type of thing.
There was one Mary J. Blige album that I just freaking loved. And
Which one?
Right.
She got so many.
I mean, don't get me wrong. 411 is still like...
Share My
Chef's
World
Kiss.
is my favorite. Share My World is really my favorite. Too. That's my favorite.
It's an older one. The one. Oh yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Share My World
with the brown.
Yeah. Oh God, that was such.
That's
a
her.
Good
I love. That's
album.
my favorite album. I still listen to it, as you know. Don't you leave.
I didn't even know she had an album come out in 2024
Promise I'll be.
called Gratitude.
And then Take Me As I Am. That was my shit. Be crying. So take me.
What was my song on that album? I can't even remember.
Yeah, all of them is bangers. Which
all of them are bangers.
Everything.
Everything, yeah. But you know what? I played Everything so much that I got tired of hearing it.
Girl, I never get tired. And then because I start playing the video, she on that beautiful island and shit.
I think it was 7 Days or
Girl, fell asleep on my way home. That's all I'm finna do.
I do like I Can Love You, but I'll be honest, I like the one without Lil Kim's rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I just don't care for her rap. But now here's the one that you know, all the black people gonna come for me for.
Girl, what you finna say?
I do not like the version of Waterfall with Left Eye's rap in it.
Why?
I prefer it without it.
You just say shit just to say shit.
That's genuinely my preference.
You just say shit.
And I know.
Just to stir the pot.
Everybody loves that. They be like, I be waiting for it. And they be so mad, like when the radio version, because the radio version doesn't have it. They be like, they cut it off. I'm like, and I would be like, thank God. If it was one with her, and I'd be like,
why? The verse wasn't bad.
I didn't say it was. I just didn't prefer it. To me, it didn't need to be there.
They were a fucking trio.
And she sang. But like I said, go ahead, come for me.
You just say shit just
I don't care. It's my opinion. It's called a girl's perspective. if you ain't come here ready to hear opinions, some of them you're going to agree with, some of them you're not.
Sometimes I think Jocelyn just says shit.
And sometimes I do, but this is not
just
one
to start a fucking
This is not one of those moments, and I have to speak my truth. I have been holding that in. Because
with your stomach hurt from how long you been holding it?
Dude, literally, I had saw some people talking about that song and how much they hate the radio version of that song, and I was so tempted to get in the comments and say I
hate her. Girl,
I prefer it without it. And I was like, Jocelyn, don't do that because you don't feel like fighting with the internet today.
Girl, and they wouldn't have let it go.
But I'm saying it now, and it feels good to get that weight off my shoulders. I prefer it without it.
Girl, you crack me up.
And I ain't saying if they're going to taste just like you did. That verse wasn't bad. I didn't say it was. Salad is good for me too, but I don't want it either.
Who does?
I don't know why people keep eating that rabbit food.
If I want water, I'ma drink it. I ain't gonna chew it.
Exactly.
And that's just how I feel about a salad.
I ain't eating a salad. That's
if I want water, I'ma drink some.
Not for me. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't care for Left Eye's verse in that. So,
girl, that's their biggest hit.
It is. You're right. But it's a hit for me because I like the radio version.
Don't go chasing what
I seen a waterfall yesterday.
Like, why thought you hated it. Now you fucking reciting it.
That's the only part I know, and then I switch it.
You don't know what you want to do.
I literally let her get that far, and then I change the song. I'm like, I don't want to hear it.
Just unnecessary controversy. You crack me up.
Look, whatever.
That's my quote of the day. Unnecessary controversy. Because that's just what you're doing.
Well, let's talk about unnecessary controversy.
You funny to me.
Let's talk about this 50 Cent and T.I. beef. Did you hear how his sons has been attacking that man?
Actually, no. I ain't been paying it no attention. I've been fighting for my life. I ain't even paying that shit no attention.
So, based off
how this even happened?
That's what I was about to get into. Based off what I know about this, T.I. was doing some type of interview. I don't know if it was a podcast or whatever. But first of all, T.I. and 50 Cent has apparently had beef since long ago.
Because 50 got beef with everybody.
When 50 Cent was still considered a rapper.
50 got beef with everybody.
Literally everybody at this point. But you know what? I said this was going to happen when he released that fucking documentary. I said, when somebody come after 50 Cent, that person's going to come correct. And that's going to be a scene. But apparently T.I. went on, like, did a podcast, something where they asked him if he could do a versus with somebody, who would he pick?
Yeah.
He said 50 Cent.
What's wrong with that answer?
That's what I thought. I said, okay, it's just a versus.
A versus means that you think they talented and you want to go against. It's a compliment, honestly.
Honestly, not T.I. could mean that I would demolish that motherfucker. Mollywop his ass all across that stage. I don't know.
We don't know.
I ain't saying T.I. said that. I'm just saying that could be one of the reasons he said 50 Cent.
But I don't give a damn about doing no verses with him. But
no.
Anywho.
But anyway, so that happens. And I guess 50 Cent got wind of it. And 50 Cent in normal 50 Cent fashion, he posts something on Instagram. So he took a picture of Tiny and posted it on Instagram with the caption, "I told you to keep my name out your mouth."
My thing is, if he invites you to a versus, just say you gonna do it. I don't understand. Then say everything you gotta say in the verses. I don't get it.
So when he posted,
why he put her wife in it? He ain't even had his wife in that. He ain't even had to do that.
And that's when T.I.'s sons kind of took over.
Because that's their mama.
And they took pictures of 50 Cent's mama's tombstone.
Oh, they put a Nicki Minaj
and put it on social media. It was like, is this the mama that raised you or something like that? They was coming for 50.
Oh, they did a Nicki Minaj. Okay.
I think 2 of T.I.'s sons, maybe 2 or 3 of T.I.'s sons came out with diss tracks. One of them is a banger. The one by, I think it's Damani.
I don't know none of his kids.
I ain't know none of his kids' names either until I heard that diss track. And I was just like, fuck. Like some of the words he said, I didn't even know the meaning. I was like, I said, now that's a lyricist. But it was a good song in my opinion. But so yeah, T.I. came out with his own. They just been coming for him nonstop.
Is that what that "Let 'Em Know" song is about?
Yeah.
Or is that just a song?
No, that came out before it. That came out before the yeah, I do. I like that song too. And then 50 had at some point 50 put a social media post of him getting on like some private jet. He was like, all right, I'm out. And I said,
he admitted defeat. Look at that.
I said, look, y'all don't how did you shut up 50 Cent? Last I heard, 50 came out with a diss track too, but I was just like, come on now, when was the last time people thought of 50 Cent as a rapper?
And on top of that, these are kids.
Oh, he's coming for T.I. because T.I. did come out with a diss track too.
And to me, all of it is silly.
It's silly. It's just silly. And then I'm also like,
because why you put Tiny? If he would have left Tiny out of it, it would have been cool. You didn't have to put Tiny in it.
And that's what I wanted to say was like, there's a thin line between being petty and being a bully.
Because what Tiny got to do with
I'm like,
Tiny didn't say anything.
I'm like, you're crossing over into bully territory. And I'm just like, did T.I. have to say your name, especially knowing that y'all done had...
Somebody asked him a question and he said, who would you want to do it against?
After learning that him and T.I. and 50 Cent already don't like each other, why would you even mention this? Why would you say his name? Exactly. Because you did that shit with an intention. You wanted to get a rise out of this man. And you got it. And you got it. Which, honestly, is helping you with that whatever. Not that T.I. needs any help. Let's be for real. But he didn't have to say 50 Cent. He could have said literally any other rapper. Anybody that's still currently rapping. When was the last time 50 Cent rapped? Exactly.
He used rapping to get business money and stayed a businessman. Exactly. And went on about his day.
I think the last time I heard anything about 50 Cent being on stage to be an actual rapper was when he was like on the wire rope and he was like swinging in the air and they said, and somebody captioned it with 50 Cent ain't got no songs that warrant him being in the air like this during a concert. And I said, you know what? That's right. He don't.
Nobody do, but I enjoy watching it every time.
And that was what?
That was a while
6,
ago.
7 years ago? I don't know. It was like 50 Cent ain't been considered a rap. Honestly, 50 Cent was probably barely considered a rapper when he was a rapper. Get Rich or Die Trying is probably what, his first and best album? And in my opinion, the last album. And I know he had an album after, at least one album after that.
Did he?
I think so. But I'm just like, and then people like 50 Cent can't keep up with T.I. And I'm like, duh, he's not a rapper.
I mean, but he didn't have to bring Tiny into it. He didn't.
Oh yeah, I think
he
he is flat out wrong for dragging Tiny in it. Cause what she do?
She minded her own fucking, but she didn't say your name. She didn't say anything.
Cause what she do?
Besides be his wife, she didn't do a damn thing.
So I just their whole beef just seems, it just seems forced. Yeah, last album this man had come out was in 2014 called Animal Ambition.
Oh, I slightly remember that now.
I don't remember shit about that album. Didn't even know he had it.
I slightly remember that now.
Honestly, I thought the last album that man came out with was Get Rich or Die Trying. That was in 2003.
That was his best-selling album.
She was probably the only one that even that even hit the charts.
I think we had that album.
I definitely had that album.
Yeah, my nana got us the clean version because she old.
Yeah, if I had that album, I would have had to have the clean version. Because that was in 2003. I was just starting high school.
Yeah, and I had the clean version of Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Under Construction.
Yeah, I had that one too. That's the one on Working.
I was only like 10. So I had to clean it. What a time.
I think, wasn't that the same year that in 2003? Because I remember sneaking on Fillmore when I was in elementary school and we would be at my friend's house listening to that song. Or listening to that album.
Oh, that was such a good album.
It was such a good album. That's when Missy made a comeback too, because she had been gone for a minute. I think before that it was whichever album got I Can't Stand the Rain.
It's my window.
But yeah, I think after that it was like a few years, and then she came back with Under Construction, and that's when she had lost all that damn weight.
Boy, that was a good album. Now.
I said that ain't Missy.
That was a good ass album. You should see her now. She look even younger now. The girl is aging backwards, and I don't know how she doing it. I said maybe I should be vegan too. Shit, because this work. Maya looked 12, and I said let me. I
don't have the discipline to be vegan.
Have you seen Maya?
Mm-hmm.
Maya look good as hell.
Excuse me.
I said every time I look, I said I put down my food, and I just sit there.
And, and it's so crazy because you'll be made to feel like, oh, you looking at other women. It's just like, why can't I appreciate that there are attractive women out there? That don't mean I want to sleep with them.
They everywhere.
Exactly.
Well, I tell because
there's attractive men out there, but it doesn't mean I want to sleep with them.
Because my response to people, because I compliment a woman in a minute, right?
In a heartbeat.
And then they're like, you like her? I said, look. I think women are so beautiful, but I don't want to put my mouth on them, and I don't want them to put their mouth on me.
Just open up your brain a little bit to not assume that just because I'm acknowledging the fact that you are an attractive person.
That don't mean nothing.
It literally just means just that. Why we got to make it mean more than it does?
Yeah, she made me Victoria Monet too.
Man, I just came up on one of her songs that I know you know about.
Which one?
Whichever one I use, I think it's called All Right.
Oh, I love that song. All right. Have you seen the video?
No, but
watch the video.
Because so when I made the post for the guest season, I used that song as the song on it. Right. And now I will just go to that post just so that I can hear that song. I was like, that song is fucking amazing.
It's a good ass song. Watch the video.
It is such a good song. I'll have to watch the video.
I love that song. When I was like, heard it,
I know another one of her songs, but I was like, I need to get into Victoria Monet.
And again, she fine as hell too. And I have no excuse because she got the same one kid I got, and we the same age. There's no reason. I said, let me eat a salad.
Get you some rabbit food.
Good as hell.
But yeah, I don't listen to...
You're sleeping on Victoria Monet.
I don't listen to like current music.
I only listen to current R&B. I don't listen to current anything else.
Yeah.
Only current R&B.
I don't listen to current anything. So
You missing out on Victoria Monet. You missing out.
I'm kind of like stuck in like the early 2000s, late maybe 2010s.
Well, girl, just put your Spotify on, put one song on and let it play.
I don't do Spotify anymore.
Apple Music, whatever. Put a song that you like on and just let it play and see what come up.
I'll do something.
They don't got the daily mix tracks and
They do. I just never go. I just have so many playlists.
That's how I felt all right, because it was just in there in my shit. I said, what's this? Click on it. I was like, wait a minute. All right. All right. And I was like, oh,
it was a good damn song. I thoroughly enjoyed that song.
Girl, watch the video. She's dancing in that video.
Well, anywho, I wanted to end on one thing. We were asked a question.
Ooh, what we get asked?
So we were asked to go over how we became friends.
Okay.
And they acknowledge like y'all go over like little bits and pieces. Like they know that like, oh, we became friends at work or whatever. But they like, was there like a point where it was like, okay, yeah, I could, that's me and her can be friends. Like, was there a point where like we had that realization? So I figured I'd bring it up on the episode, and like I have my own take, and of course both of us are going to have different takes on this. So I do remember when I met you. I think I had been working at Community, because you were at Community already. Mm-hmm. But at that time, you primarily worked in the mornings, and I primarily worked in the evenings.
So I didn't really see you.
So the only way I would see you was on the weekend when I was scheduled to come in mornings. But during the week, I was always getting there after 4:00. So
and I left for long, but I was gone before you even got there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I remember the first Saturday that I worked, and you were there. I think me, you, and Mike, and then maybe Shirley or Beth was there. I don't remember. Yeah,
because one of them was an Ivy room, because it wasn't me.
And I think I've said this on the podcast before. The day I saw you for the first time, you had on those big green glasses, the big green sparkly glasses.
Loved that.
And I remember thinking to myself, is she one of those where she's like wearing that for attention, or is she like, is this actually who she is?
And it's me.
But it could go either way.
It can with a stranger. You never know.
And I'm just like, if she's gonna be the one that just doing it for attention, I'm not gonna like her. And
nope.
And that was the point where I told myself, she's on the watch list. She's on the watch list. I need to watch her, see how she is. Is she really sparkly glasses girl, or is this all for the image? And then that'll tell me.
It don't take long to find out.
It did not take long to find out. I could tell by the way you was talking to like Mike, because y'all used to banter.
Oh, I love Mike.
And y'all used to say some wild shit to each other. And I'd be like, okay, so she ain't getting mad. Okay, so she can handle people saying some off the wall shit to her.
Good on. But me and Michael, because he's the one that trained me when I first started. And Mike just start talking shit to anybody.
He does. He talks so much shit. I wish he'd come on a podcast.
God, he would be so funny.
He'd be so much fun on his podcast.
God, he'd be so good.
But that was the day I met you, and then I know we worked together like a few more weekends after that.
Yeah.
And then like you quit.
And I came back again.
You quit, and at that time we weren't friends. But you were cool.
Yeah, we chit-chatted at work.
Yeah, we chit-chatted at work, but it really wasn't going no further than that.
Yeah, we didn't have each other's number or nothing. We just was chit-chatting at work at the time.
We had each other's number, but it was for work purposes.
Yeah, through the app thing.
Yeah. And honestly, when you left, and they told me, and when I texted you and said, Jay said it ain't so, that's how I got your numbers from the app. Because I'm like, I don't have her number.
Yeah, I was like, John.
Nah, your ass said, it is. I said, she probably looking at the phone like, why is she texting me?
And I didn't think that. I was like,
I would have been, because if we ain't friends like that, like, yeah, we was cool at work. Why are you texting me? I don't even work
this
there
is
no
why
more.
text messages are iffy, because I was like, yep, show is.
And I didn't even respond after that. I was just like, well, she said it is. What can I say to that?
I'm gone.
So I was just like, all right then, well, she's gone. And what, like 6 months go by?
Yep.
And your ass came walking around the corner after an interview.
And they like, I know it ain't you.
I looked at her, I said, what the fuck?
Hey, y'all.
Honestly, I was ecstatic because it was boring as fuck. I was like, at that point, my other two work friends that had done love, it was just me. I was just like, man, it's boring. So when I saw you walking around that corner, I said, please, I hope they get her this job. And they did. And it was that second go round that me and you actually became friends outside
like
of work.
actual friends.
When
that's all we did was be messy.
We did.
We was messy.
And I think that is what solidified
us being messy. No, I think you know what it really was.
What?
But I was like, you know what? I can fuck with her. That fucking water bottle.
Well, when I
oh, that messy water bottle. You didn't even work that fucking day.
I didn't. I purposefully came up there because I wanted to be messy.
Keying and call. I was like, ooh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in and make sure to tell him I got it from you. You like, ooh, that's what I wanted you to do. And I'm like, yeah, let's be messy together.
And it doesn't help that, one, so I'm coming there because at that point you worked overnights.
Yeah.
So I'm coming there after 8:30 at night. And me and you sat in front of that hospital for like 45 minutes just
I'm
talking.
On the clock. I gotta go.
So not only did you stay gone for over 30 minutes, not a lunch.
Nope.
Then you go down there and flaunt this expensive ass water bottle in their faces. Like, well, look what Jocelyn bought me.
No, and I've been gone for an hour. The gall, the nerve.
And yeah, like, but that's what I think it was. Like, we just bonded over petty
messy,
shit.
which is terrible.
And, well, let's be for real though, Jade. A lot of the petty, messy shit that we did to them,
they deserved everything of it, but
they just 100% deserved it.
They came for us first. But still.
They did. We don't come for people unless they come for us. And the bad part about it is we tell people that before they come for us.
And they still do it. And then they're surprised when we come back. Like,
why are you mad at me? That's like being mad at the tiger for biting you when you in their house. Like, it's their nature.
With steak in your hand.
Or like if you was the bull wranglers with the red thing.
Yeah.
Why are you surprised that the bull came charging at you? So, yeah, that's what essentially made us friends. To be honest,
that was so messy of us.
I think we do have one instance that just solidified it, and it was the Ohio trip.
Girl, which was crazy.
The Ohio trip took us from
work acquaintances
to
actual friends.
But the thing is, we even skipped the light friendship.
No, we just was friends.
Yeah, it's like, how do you go on a trip with somebody that you barely even know?
Why did we even do that?
I don't know why we did that shit.
It turned out all right.
It did. Perfect.
We had a good ass time.
But it was like, but how do you come back from that and then be like, all right, well, I see you when I see you. It's like, nah, we are friends now.
And that's what happened.
And honestly, it's been, because I think even after that trip, you was coming over here at least once a week. Mm-hmm. We was watching K-dramas.
And then you trusted me with your life, and that was sweet.
What you talking about? Because I can't. I'm like, because I can't recall ever trusting you with my life.
And you sure did. And you didn't like it.
I ain't have a choice.
Didn't like it.
I didn't have a choice.
I was like, well, I guess we friends now. Because you was like, God, I can't call nobody else.
I can't see shit.
Who else gonna come get me?
Yeah, I will say that was another moment that solidified it, was that day that you took me to get my eyes looked at
I was
because
concerned. I
I
said,
couldn't
this
see.
stupid bitch gonna be blind and it's her fault.
And the other thing that made me solidify is because, and I'll be honest with you, I have not had that I can think of any friends that I could actually just call and be like, I need help. And they'd be like, I'm there. I remember I had a friend, she would ask me to do everything for her. I remember picking her up, taking her to get something with her car. I remember cat sitting for her, doing all kinds of stuff for her. And I've told this story on here before where she called me because she wanted to go out. I really didn't want to, but I was like, okay, but since you need a night out, I'll go out.
Yeah.
And at the time I was loose natural, and it takes forever to like get your hair, get
done,
the hair curls defined and everything. So I was working on doing that, and I literally had like a quarter of my hair, like just one corner left. And I asked her, I was like, would you be able to just come over, help me finish getting that, and then we can go? She was like, nah, no, on second thought, I don't want to go no more.
Like,
She's like, I don't want to go no more. I was like, I can't even ask you for help with my hair. Like, dude.
She would have never been spoke to again after that. I'm like, I just spent an hour trying to get my hair done to go somewhere with you. I didn't even want to go.
And that's why I say I'm not saying friendships have to be so transactional, but after that simple, like that simple thing that I was asking you for help with, it made me start thinking, when have I ever been able to ask her for help?
You like, you know what? Never.
And I was like, I can't think of her doing anything to help me.
Which is wild.
And I was just like, you know what?
No, you know what? You know what I forgot about? Well, was this before we went on the trip when I took you to get that Jeep?
No, that was after the trip.
Was it?
Had to be after the trip.
Yeah, I had a little Jai and everything.
Yeah, that was the first time I met Jai.
Yeah.
And I got Jai a birthday present. I've never bought my friends' kids a birthday present.
Yeah, you win. I was proud of you. I'm like, she showed up to a kid's party.
And you know I don't do kids, but because we're friends.
I was proud of you.
I'll tolerate my friends' kids.
And it was a
a lot of kids there.
We were a zip city.
I just remember Victor kept trying, you want to go up? And I was just like, he's so friendly.
He is. He's the best. Love Victor.
He was like, I'll go with you. And I was just like, it's okay. It's okay. I don't want to go.
We tried to get Monet to go. Her scary ass. No.
I literally just remember leaving there thinking her husband, because I think that was the first time I'd actually met him too.
Yeah, I think that might have been the first time
and
you
I was
actually
like,
met
her husband is one of the friendliest people I've ever met.
He's the best.
I was like, I don't know if he understands that I'm introverted, so
he don't care.
And maybe he don't. I don't know. But yeah, that was there's really not much to me and Jay's friendship.
It just happened. I don't know what else to say.
And honestly, I think those are the best friendships, that you don't need to put all that work and effort into. And I actually saw something on some social media thing that was like, people forget that friendships is also work. And I was like, but does it have to be?
Because we don't work. Now, I will say, we both have changed our communication styles a little bit.
Yeah, but
we haven't done anything drastic.
No.
I don't consider it work to be around you.
Exactly. I'm like, if your friendship feels like work, is that really a friendship? Me and you are friends, but I don't feel like our friendship is work.
No.
And any adjustments that we've made in communication, that's a matter of respect. That's not work. It's because we have a mutual respect for each other.
I was like, you know what?
That you have communicated that you don't like when I communicate in a certain type of way. And apparently I've done the same thing. And we just respect that.
Yeah.
Like, where's the work?
Because I told you, people don't be liking their friends.
So I'm just like,
they don't like them.
It's hard to pinpoint one point where it was like, oh, okay, Jade is that chick. You know what I mean?
It has to be that trip though, because I was like, I don't even know this girl. What possessed me to go anywhere with this girl?
And I was like,
she seemed cool. I'll go. No, then we at the damn club. I was like, I like her.
Especially when I ended up standing up on that damn thing with all the dudes.
And I'm egging you on. Woo!
I'm like, why am I up here with them? First of all, we're at a gay bar.
Them the best places.
It was very
that gay
fun.
bar.
And yeah, but it was a lot of fun. I can't really pinpoint like one thing that made me be like, yeah.
I fucks with her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just
I just kept coming around.
We haven't known each other that long.
No,
we really haven't. We met each other in 2022.
So about 3
Knew each other for a couple months. Then she left.
Yeah. I came back.
2023 is when she came back.
Yeah.
And then I knew her for a couple more months. I invited her over for a gathering that I had over here, which she wasn't able to make. And then the next time we hung out was when we went to Ohio. Mm-hmm. And after that, we just started hanging out. And then 6 months after that, after the Ohio trip, which that was in like June or July.
Yeah. Where else? We went somewhere else. Where did we go?
It's crazy because between that time, you leaving community, between that trip and the end of 2023, you started at Myers and Stauffer.
And I was trying not to. When I tell you, I got bamboozled.
And by the end of that year is when I mentioned to you doing the podcast.
Oh, for sure.
And at that point, we didn't even know each other a year. Because again, a good portion of 2022, you weren't there. So yeah, we've only known each other a couple years.
We just be doing shit.
Yeah, it's just when you click with somebody, we don't have a better story for you guys, but I will say that's how you also know those real friendships because you just click.
Yeah, I don't have. We just start talking and just start talking more.
Yeah,
and now that's my homie, and that's just what we do.
And here we are,
vibing on camera in front of y'all.
The audacity of us
living.
Literally, it's just like I just want to live. And maybe that's what it is. I was at a point in 2022, because I ain't gonna even lie, I was depressed as hell. I didn't have any friends left in 2022. And I had decided that from then on, I was looking for a certain type of quality friends. And I was done with one-sided friendships. And I started making that known. That's all I'm interested in. If you just want something from me, keep it fucking moving.
Crazy people do that.
And you also seemed like the person. There was one thing I was just like, she don't give a fuck what nobody think of her.
Sure don't.
And I was like, I respect that. So I was like,
it takes a lot of guts to be bald head with big ass sparkly green glasses.
And I thought that too.
Just living.
Then, see, I guess maybe the fun moments aren't the things that solidified it for me. It was the moments where you were actually serious, which don't happen often.
Sure don't.
So that was one when I realized that. And then when you told me that I pissed you off when I told you needed a haircut.
Boy, I was about to say, I know I need a damn haircut. She pissed. I was so annoyed.
But it was when, after that, when you came to me, it was like, that actually did, like, I ain't like that. That told me, okay, she can also have adult conversations without it ending a friendship. Now, did I think we was cool enough for that at that time? Yeah, I did. Was I wrong? Also,
I was
yes.
like, I know she didn't.
I didn't know we weren't there yet.
Crusty ass ankles talking about my goddamn hair.
We talked about each other that whole shift because she kept trying to get back at me and I didn't give a fuck. She kept talking about me being ashy. I didn't care about being ashy.
I felt attacked because you know what it was? Because I knew my hair looked crazy. Like, I knew it. I was like, she need to hurry and get something open. And then, I literally was thinking that right before he said it. So that's why I got mad. I was like, God damn it.
And I know I wasn't pissing you off with it, but I know I was annoying you because I didn't care. I was like, I don't care how much you talk about me being ashy. I don't care about being ashy.
It bothered me. I was like, does it not itch?
No, it doesn't.
It wasn't even about trying to throw shade back. I just was people being ashy annoys me. And you know this. I'm like, I'm so annoyed. Just put some fucking lotion on.
But yeah, so it's things like that that will tell me like what kind of person am I dealing with? And if I get the vibe that like you're an actual adult that I can have like actual adult conversations with, we'll still have fun. She goofy as fuck.
Have a good time.
So I'm like, yeah, I can be friends with them.
Yeah, because people think Jocelyn is so serious, but no.
I'm goofy as fuck.
We be having a good time, especially if we get like a little tipsy. We just watching TV doing crazy shit.
Stupid shit. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons that Adrian likes this podcast, because she would never know that I was this goofy as I am on this podcast.
Which I find so
no one would have ever heard my Forrest Gump voice.
Because the thing is, you've always been that way with me, though.
I'm goofy as hell.
That's why I was like, I don't get. That's why I be saying that. I was like, what do they be doing to you? I don't understand.
I was just telling them that you told me at one point that you was like, I ain't think you was necessarily lying about them picking on you, but at the same time, it was like, you gotta be exaggerating, though.
And you what?
Then I told them, I was like, Jay was like, until she saw it with her own eyes, she was like, I would literally just be sitting there existing.
You doing so fucked up.
And people would just be like, Jocelyn, why the fuck you do that? I'm like, do what?
We both confused. Like, what she do?
Jay saw it with her own eyes.
I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Jay
what?
would do shit and they would come to me and be like, why did you?
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I have no control over that
and I
woman.
would jump in like, she didn't know who was me. Whatever, lying bitch trying to defend your friend. I'm like, oh no.
I'm telling you.
That was
and
wild.
Nothing tastes the cake than when they actually called me and told me, I don't think you start things, but I think you get them riled up. What? I was told that about Antonio, Katie, and Champagne.
And those are independent people who think whatever the hell they want to think.
And also, at the time, I was primarily working in the morning. They worked in the evening. I'm like, I don't even work with them that often. I'm like, but yet I'm being dragged into their shit. Whatever they got going on is theirs.
And they will tell you it's theirs. So why are you coming at me?
Talking about something, I get them. I don't put the battery pack in their back at all.
I'm like, y'all motherfuckers do, and they get mad. And they get mad at y'all, and then y'all blame me. Oh,
dude, it was a moment, and I refused to let them push me out of there. Because I knew that was the goal. The goal was to annoy me to the point that I quit. And I was like, I'm too big to be pushed out of anywhere. You will never.
Well, you see, I just tried to peacefully leave. And
everybody kept telling me, why don't you just quit? Hell no. Because if I quit, they win.
They're going to have to fire me.
They're going to have to fire me. And I meant that shit. And eventually,
they gave up.
They did. They 100%. All of a sudden, I started getting the texts again. The shifts are available. When I would come in, I'm telling you, the manager of that pharmacy one day walked right past me, didn't say a word to me. And I was just like, you are a manager here. Be professional. You don't have your staff come in and don't speak to them.
That's a mess.
Like, and I actually went to Matt. Well, I went to Matt and talked to him about her because I was just like, one, it was another instance where he called me on some bullshit, wanted me to talk to somebody else about some bullshit they started with me. And I was just like, and on second thought, why you got a manager that's coming in there, literally walk past me, both of us is in each other's field of vision, and she walked past me like I wasn't anybody. I said, bitch, no, I came here for this damn shift. Literally, where the elevators are to go to the garage.
Yeah.
That's where we walk past each other. I'm like, you can't help but see each other.
You see me. That elevator ain't even wide.
Exactly. So.
And there's only so many places you can go down there.
Right. And after that, she started speaking and everything now. But I was just like, y'all used to just, man, they used to just pick with me to try to just get me to just leave. And I said, nah, because y'all got the right PRN. I got time to play. This, I don't depend on this money. Y'all play with people that depend on this money because they can't afford to leave. Don't play with people that don't depend on this money because I got time to play.
But I ain't even do nothing to them.
Dude, it didn't even matter. I still got blamed for your shit.
Which was crazy.
Even after you left, I got blamed for your shit. I know. Yeah, that's what makes it even worse. So, yeah.
I didn't even do no shit. I actually
You really didn't.
I just vibed it with
I just think they blame me for you leaving.
It was them.
I know it was.
It was them.
But anywho, hopefully, I don't think we really answered your question.
But we don't have an answer.
But we don't really have an answer. So hopefully that is an answer. We just clicked. And I think that's how friendships should go. They should feel more natural to the point where you're like, I can't pinpoint where I was like, I decided we'd be friends. We just did.
I don't remember like, I'm like, she cool.
Yeah.
And then we just kept talking to each other.
It literally is just that we just did. It was like, we didn't have a conversation. We didn't even hang out all that often.
Yep.
We never hung out before we actually went to... No, we did. We did hang out one time.
Mm-hmm.
You came over here one time. But after that, then it was the Ohio
I think
trip.
It was a week after that. Like, I think we hung out there like... It was a week or less.
Mm-hmm. Then we went to Ohio. And then it was literally it was Ohio, and then we was together like every weekend, like one day a week. That's why you and Victor was that was a time, you and Victor. Really because of you. It was your fault. Victor, I'm letting you know right now, every time she was coming over here, I would tell her, did you let Victor know that you're gonna be here?
He be all right. He was all right. He knew where I was.
I knew he was all right. But she also used me as an excuse too. And she told me she did.
Yeah, I admit when I'm wrong. Sure do.
So, clearly not if you're using me as an excuse.
Nah, I ain't did that in a long time.
I think you only did it that one time. At least that's the only time you told me about.
Yeah, I ain't did that in a long time.
But anywho, let's go on and wrap it up. Hopefully that gets you something.
Sorry we don't got no good story to tell you.
I really don't, because I think going to Ohio only after hanging out once is
that's
good
what solidified
story.
our relationship.
Because literally it was after that we were together like at least once a week.
I was like, she know how to have fun.
Fun without expectations that you're going to provide the entertainment.
Because don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Because we both in our own corner. We wasn't dancing with each other. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We danced with other people.
Yeah. And I'm just like...
And I just look, she's still here. Make sure nobody kidnaps her.
I mean, but even when you would come over here, it was the same deal. It's like...
I think I fell asleep a couple times.
You did. And I'm in my office. It's like, I don't need to be in her face.
I'm like, give me the remote while you in there. You ain't watching it. Give me the damn remote.
But yeah, I think it just came natural and it was easy. So we just kind of fell into our friendship, if I'm being honest. I don't think we were setting out to be friends with each other. It just happened.
We just so happen to be two petty people.
Two petty peas in the pod.
At the same place. At the same time.
And being petty to the same people.
Like, let's mutually hate them.
I think you only joined in because you started to see that they were actually doing shit to me. You was like, nah, I can't respect it.
Because I was like, are you being emotional? Or is this
no,
really...
and then you started seeing it and being like, oh no. She really is just existing and they just like, you fucking bitch.
Because same way you were iffy about me, I was like, is she overly emotional and overreacting? Let's investigate. And so I was like, nope. I said, damn, they really just hate this girl guts.
For no reason.
I witnessed it. I was like, oh, she's literally just sitting here.
Anyway, that time is almost over. So, anywho, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and
share
on YouTube. And on the audio platforms, do the same. Like, comment, follow, share, and... all the good stuff, whatever is available to you there.
Rate and review.
Rate and review. That's it. Thank you. And on a serious note, though, if you have some suggestions for the show, like things that you think will make it better, please send that our way. Also, any like positive feedback that you have for us. We're working on developing our media kit, and it would be really nice if we can get some audience feedback if you guys have it. So definitely send that our way too. And with that, we will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Bye, friends.